going to be a different kind of demonstration. This is going to be largely a silent demonstration performed by a group of concerned citizens, which you are, and there will be some street theater activities at the Parliament buildings.
Oh, yeah, good. Hey. Well, that's the thing. I was thinking this was Monday. Here, on the auto.
Okay. Hello. Good to see you.
Vote for Harper. Watch the government do it and move its society. Yes. The look clear is going to go on serious and to watch all this slog. Look clear is going to do that. Well, then we have Suckle, Trudeau, Suckles to all the Muslims. Harper is a man among the men, the leader of the world. This is great. Harper is a man. That's all.
Accès à l'information. The long-form census.
Parliamentary debate.
L'utilisation correcte du système de commission parlementaire.
Scientists' freedom to speak about their work.
Funding for basic research.
La liberté d'expression dans le corps diplomatique.
Oversight for domestic surveillance.
Canada's international reputation.
Les 7 archives de pêche et d'océan.
Independence of the National Energy Board.
Independence of the CRTC.
Accès aux médias à ceux qui décident.
CBC funding and independence.
Privacy.
CAROS.
Employment of bureaucrats who can tell truth to the politicians and public without fear of job loss, such as Nuclear Safety Commissioner head Linda Keane, National Science Advisor Arthur Carty.
Le protecteur du citoyen et des anciens combattants, Pat Stogren.
National sovereignty.
Evidence-based governance.
Liberté pour les militants écologistes et autochtones de la surveillance excessive.
Fair elections.
Voters' rights.
Élections à date fixe.
Coast Guard facilities.
Refuge for refugees.
Prudence financière.
The Courts Challenges Program.
Compassionate foreign aid.
L'accord de Kelowna.
Canada's reputation as a peacekeeper.
Prison farms.
La participation du Canada au changement international pour action sur le climat.
The Canadian Environmental Assessment Process.
The Kyoto Protocol.
La loi sur les pêches.
Protection of our lakes and rivers.
Freedom of information.
Action pour les femmes autochtones disparues ou assassinées.
Service for the veterans who served us.
The Canadian Wheat Board.
Conseil national des sciences.
Federal provincial consultation.
Status of women offices.
Critères éthicables d'assurance-emploi.
The Experimental Lakes Program.
Prison chaplains, especially non-Christian ones.
Institut de la statistique des Premières Nations.
The Museum of Civilization.
A balanced Middle East policy.
Un conseil public de recherche nationale de la presse.
MPs' accountability to their own constituents.
Charities that can speak out.
Présence à la Convention anti-sécheresse 2013 de l'ONU.
The Center for Offshore Oil, Gas and Energy Research.
Environment Canada jobs, a loss totaling 1,211.
Loi sur les espèces en risque.
Funding for the Kluane Lake Research Station.
Funding for Bamfield Marine Services Center.
Contaminants des océans et la programmation de la toxicologie marine.
Smokestacks Emissions Monitoring Team.
The Mercy Biodiversity Center.
Le département d'environnement de surveillance de l'ozone.
The One Ton Challenge.
Funding for the Canadian Environment Network.
Table ronde nationale sur l'environnement et l'économie.
And the Long Gun Registry.
If you look at the signs being held around you, you will see many more victims that we have not mentioned. And we are also keenly aware that there are many federal civil servants who would have joined us today if they did not fear reprisal by the government. We will now begin our period of mourning. Having grieved our losses, may we all go away with renewed vigor to celebrate and rebuild the Canada that we believe in.
Yeah. What did you think of the event?
I thought it was extremely successful, very successful, lots of people. Everyone seems to be really motivated to change this government. I think it's a symbol that we all need to take account of.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Heather Jarrett.
Heather, this was a great gathering, seems to me. What did you think?
I thought it was a very good turnout to show our disappointment with the current government. And very well disciplined, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yes. I think there were about 300-400 people.
Yes.
I would guess.
Yes,
yeah?
I think about that, yes.
Yeah. And your sign says?
I'm mourning the gutting of environmental assessment.
Yes.
I was an environmental assessment specialist in the government. Very proud of what I did to balance the rights of the environment and the rights of business and development. And without a sound environmental assessment system, we lose that balance.
Excellent.
So,
thank you.
You're very welcome.
But when you see it coming tombstone after tombstone after tombstone after tombstone after tombstone, it's much more affecting of you, and you realize how far down the country has gone in so many different areas.
Is that because it has been done so insidiously that a lot of people have not noticed?
Thank you. partly because of the insidiousness. Certainly, I think it's been done on the quiet. You know, in the omnibus bills, through regulation, re-regulation, deregulation, especially. So you really don't know. You don't know unless you're really paying attention, and so it comes at you as a web of destruction, and that we're living in.
And this is precisely why I'm doing this video, in order to put it on YouTube and reach a lot more, many more Canadians.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's really important. And once people see that video and they see it hitting them visually, I think it'll mean something a lot more than it has up to now.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is my friend Ute, who has been on this march. So, Ute, how did you find the event?
I found it powerful and very moving. People are really engaged, and they have their own grievances. And in total, these grievances amount to a total problem for this government. They show how many areas of public life have been adversely affected by the actions of this government.
And we had representatives from all sorts of organizations.
Yes, it was very broad. There were people of all age groups, there were people from all groups of civil society, so it was very representative.
Do you think that this is the tip of the iceberg? Do you think that there are lots of other people who just did not come out?
Well, I think a lot of public servants would come out, would have come out, were they not intimidated. There is a culture of fear now in the public service. People are afraid for their jobs and their careers. So we would have seen a lot more people here.
Yes. I hope that the Canadian media would carry it, or at least give it enough time on. But this is the reason why I'm doing this, in order to reach thousands of people, well, at least hundreds anyway.
Very good. It was a good turnout, and it was also very powerful for the people who came as bystanders, who just happened to be on the event, because it reminded them of all the things that are wrong now, how Canada has been changed, forcefully changed, by the actions of one government that we don't agree with. That's all.
Thank you very much, Uda.
You're very welcome.
I thought it was a well-organized event. Kept people got the idea of what I was doing. Unfortunately, the list of victims was a little short. There were many more.
Yes.
So you could see all the people along the street following it, wondering what was going on. And so I thought it was good. It's one of a series of demonstrations happening. Thursday was Harper Man, sing along, and there's another one next week. All these things will eventually resonate.
Do you think that the Canadian regular media, like the CBC and CDB and so on, will carry it and kind of feature it prominently?
I don't know. I didn't see any.
No, CBC was there.
Oh, it was? Okay. Then it'll be on the national news today. That's good. I think there's a mood for change. People do want to get rid of them. Exactly how it's going to turn out, no one really knows. I think at some point they're going to decide one way or the other on the other of the Liberal or NDP, and one's going to go and the other will be the
Let's hope so. Thank you, Stuart.
Yeah.
This is my old friend Ed.
Not that old.
All right. Ed, you joined this big group of about 300-400 people. Do you think that it achieved what it set out to achieve, this movement this morning, this event?
I think it achieved what it set out to do for the people who are in the the group. Whether it's impacted on the people outside of the group is yet to be seen. It depends on whether our media has covered it. If it has not, it's only giving ourselves up. It's mainly people who've lost their jobs.
Yes.
Because I talked to Fig and I said, look, most important in all this activity is the concept of justice for all, including the enemy. Without that, it doesn't do anything. You can't hide behind, like Nuremberg says, you cannot hide behind laws, and that's what Harper's doing. And most of these people were people who had lost their jobs or new people. That's not what we're doing, at least not for me.
Yes.
I'm here to get freedom, that, justice for all, and get rid of Harper because he is not the kind of leader that I want. He is the equivalent, as far as I'm concerned, what ISIS is to the Muslims. Extreme right, they are just as bad as the extreme left, in my opinion.
Right. Yes, I saw the CBC, but I doubt that they will have a very big coverage or long coverage.
Is because the CBC is scared, and they shouldn't be.
But in any case, this movie that I'm producing, this will be on YouTube, and I hope it is watched by hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
Okay.
Okay, this is Yasmin, who has just attended this event in Ottawa. What did you think of the event, Yasmin?
I was very impressed by the content. The number of people that showed up was less than I thought, but the passion that I saw in people was beyond my expectations. I knew we had a problem here in Canada, but the older people that I saw here, and they were mostly older people, when I saw the passion, the actual crying out for Canada, it was beyond my expectations. So very successful from that perspective.
Right. And yes, we had a good turnout. We had, I think, I estimate 400 people, maybe 300, somewhere about that. Do you think it will reach other people in Canada? This event?
Oh yes, I think so. I think that if we can show some close-up shots of people actually crying for Canada, it will stir the hearts of other people to really take a look at what has been happening to Canada and make them realize that we absolutely have to do something. I, for one, have been taking photographs and I will be posting them on my Facebook page. And I will be
What is the name of your Facebook page?
It's called YNA Photography.
YNA Photography.
Yes.
Just to repeat it for the listeners. All right. And did you take pictures of people weeping for Canada?
I did. I'm anxious to go back home and process these photographs and put them up on my page.
Yes. Thank you very much for your contribution, Yasmin. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, and finally, this is my friend Eric Schiller, who actually was the MC for the event this morning. So I'm going to ask him, how did the event go this morning?
I think it went very well. I got very positive feedback from people. The event was very photogenic. There were a lot of scenes that journalists could take pictures of. A lot of people were very impressed with Silent March, with all those tombstones along Wellington. So I got positive feedback all over the place. I think it was a very different kind of demonstration, which is why it struck people so strongly, I think.
Yes, I think there were about 300, 400 people.
Hundreds of people were here, for sure.
All right, so do you think that the message will reach other Canadians, other than those who obviously are so enthusiastic and spared the time to come here this morning?
Well, that's a very good question, because if it's just us preaching to the converted again, that doesn't achieve too much. But I've been told that CBC was here, CTV was here, other independent journalists were here. They were here. I hope they'll take the pictures, take the recordings, and put it in the media. That's when the message will go far beyond this gathering here this morning.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Eric.
All right.
Thanks.